At DSW, we ask the important questions, like, what shoes are you going to wear? Whether you're prepping for wedding season, festival season, or just planning the ultimate vacay, the right shoes can make or break an RSVP. So own the moment. You've got big plans, and we've got just the shoes, at the perfect price, of course. Get ready to get ready with Designer Shoe Warehouse. Head to your DSW store or dsw.com today, and let us surprise you.
Welcome to Ask Amy from What Fresh Hell Laughing in the Face of Motherhood, solving the parenting question of the week so you don't have to. This week's question is from Instagram. You've talked about this in the past, but man, am I struggling. My kids are 4 and 2, and all they do is fight. It's constant. The 4-year-old is a girl, and the 2-year-old is a boy. They hit, scream, fight all morning and night, basically when we, the parents, are around. I try not to react too much, but you get the idea. It's interesting that it's a boy and a girl, and I'm glad you said that because we can sometimes make the assumption that this stuff is easier or better when there's a girl in the mix. But not always. I have 2 pieces of advice for you, and the first one is kind of a story, really. It's a fable. You've got a dog and a rooster. And here's what I mean by that. When my kids were little, I had 2 boys very close in age. I think it's the age closeness that really sparks this super fighting thing into being. And they get along now. I'm giving away the ending. They get along now. But back in the day, they fought so much that I spent all of my time either breaking up their fights or wondering why they were fighting all the time, right? It just was so top of mind for me. And it totally hit me like a ton of bricks one day that I had a dog and a rooster. And if I actually had a dog and a rooster instead of 2 children, I wouldn't ever have the expectation that I could put them in the same enclosed space because a dog and a rooster would just go to town on each other. They're not meant to be together. That's not how they're made. And yet day after day, I was thinking that I could have my boys play in the same room. And day after day, I would be surprised when somebody was screaming or bleeding 5 minutes later. My boys didn't get along. And the problem was my expectation that they should. And once I just sort of said to myself, this is the place that I'm in. And I don't really know how this is going to end up. But for right now, I got a dog and a rooster. Things changed a lot. They changed because I stopped yelling at them for fighting, which was negative attention, but still attention. And I kept them separate a lot. I stopped feeling bad. I let go of the idea that brothers should play, that brothers should want to do the same thing. And I just kept them in separate rooms more often. I'm not saying one at the zoo and one at the park. I'm saying one in the living room and one in the kitchen with me. Just separate. The fighting went way down. And I was worried at the time, like, oh, am I teaching them? Like, what? They're brothers. They need to love each other. They need to get along. Like, yeah. There's time for that. It really helped with the peace in my household. Experts say that when possible, when your kids are fighting, you shouldn't get involved. I mean, for me, I was stepping in all the time because there was face raking and other bad things happening. But when possible, they say you shouldn't get involved because it starts to become part of the dance. Like, we're going to escalate, you're going to yell, I'm going to scream, you're going to scratch, I'm going to throw a block, and then mom's going to come in. And you kind of become part of the dance. And they need to learn to resolve conflict without you stepping in, which makes sense. Sometimes you have to step in, so when you do, again, you separate, you diffuse. Don't be Judge Judy. Don't relitigate what's going on. Don't be like, well, he said this, but he did this. It doesn't matter. You're not interested. Blank face it and separate them. One thing that also helped me when I was really in this phase is to draw up house rules. I let the kids come up with what the rules should be and write them themselves in their very labored block printing, and we hung them in the kitchen. I let them decide what the rules should be. And of course, the number 1 rule was no hitting. Number 2 is no scratching. You know, we went through all these things that they were doing all the time, even though they were against the house rules. But something about them saying, no, these are the house rules, and them writing them down, and them looking at them in the kitchen seemed to help it get into their heads a little bit more. The last thing I want to tell you is that this doesn't last forever. And I know that's cliche, but it's really true. I have 2 high schoolers now. They get along fine. Sometimes they're best friends. Sometimes they kind of tolerate each other, but they're fine. And they both have these little fingernail moons I can see sometimes on their cheeks in just certain light, just this little ghost of a fight from long ago when every day was a huge trial. And now they have other things to worry about. And I know that as adults, they're really going to have each other's backs. It works out, even if every day is a slog right now. Hang in there. Send us your parenting questions. We might answer yours next. Email us, questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm gonna give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car is gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.